studios in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. How are we doing?
Good, chilling. Good.
Doing good and chilling, yeah. Dubcorps, Ragga-Roll group. Dan Sieber, Jah Judah, Deacon, and Rio. Tell us about your musical journey from this band.
It was really all Dr. Bongo's idea. He was tired of being associated with the Indian community and wanted to trick everybody into thinking he was Guyanese. So that's not legitimate. That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Actually, he's not here right now.
Yeah, Nehal is not here.
He's with his many children. That is Dr. Bongo, and he is called that. He does not actually play bongos. He is called that because he is a professional cannabinologist with an actual doctorate. He's a real doctor that studies bongs and what you put in them. Dan is also a doctor, and that has nothing to do with the musical journey.
He's smart! We got some doctorate men up in the joint.
I got a GED.
I mean, fam.
Yeah, I think you got a GED too, right?
I think so. Some from Trinidad.
He's looking at music, I'm telling you.
But, I mean, our musical journey started, I guess, with a couple of phone calls. I guess Rio called me. And I was like, nah, I ain't fucking with this dude.
No cap for real?
Nah, me and Judah actually know each other for a lot longer than this band. I was about to have a kid, and I decided that I wanted my kid to be around live music. And I was doing a lot of hip-hop at the time, and it's not really the environment for a little kid with a lot of stuff that was going on. Mm-hmm. So I started, trying to find people to play with. I was willing to play rock because I like the high energy of playing high energy music.
Oh, yeah.
So I had met Judah, and we started talking, and I was like, yo.
I think you heard my accent.
Yeah, I heard his accent. And I was like, yo, you're singing in one accent, but you're talking in another. Why don't you sing in your real accent? Because he was, doing what most people do when they sing in an American accent when they doing American music. Why don't you sing in your regular accent? And then I was like, yo, do you fuck with dance hall? And he was like, you racist motherfucker. Yes, I do, actually.
Oh, stereotype proven. All right.
I guess that's where it started.
All that.
Yeah, she hooked up with Dan and...
Yeah, eventually we used to have another band together, and then me and him used to have a different band together with Day Son of Law. And then just kind of, this is like just the most current iteration of us all playing together.
And me and Deacon, we played together.
Yeah, how many bands were you in? I was about to get to that. So everyone's played together for the most part, or known of each other.
We got like Castro was one of the bands, I guess, all of us kind of played in, which was actually where it all started.
Yeah, that's how it started with me and Judah.
So all roads lead from Kasha.
Right. Yeah, and a rotating list of musicians.
Dubcorps is actually supposed to be the name of
the genre.
Of the genre. We were
going,
right. So that was supposed to be the name of the genre. We were going to call it Dubcorps, but it was like, let's call it, when we came with this inception of the band, let's call it Dubcorps. Because it's kind of a cool name. And we do what? Ragga and roll, that's what we call it.
Ragga-Roll, reggae rock?
Yeah, reggae rock or ragga and roll.
Like I said, stuff that we did to people that I know. And they'll be like, wait, what kind of sky is this? But it's not ska. It's
not ska. There's other elements to it. Punk.
Exactly.
Ragga, soca, rock. Yeah. I guess African. And then of course traditional reggae.
Yeah, roots.
Roots reggae. It's
like
a melting pot, I guess, of music.
So how did y'all grow up in terms of like what you listened to, and how does that feed into Dubcorps?
Shit. As for me, I actually grew up. I'm a metalhead. I grew up listening to like Metallica, Anthrax, Judas Priest.
That's really cool.
But being from Trinidad, I also was exposed to like calypso and reggae. So
Steel Pan and all that.
Right, and Steel Pan and all that stuff. So, my influences are all over the place.
How about you, Dan?
It all started with that varsity letter with the trumpet, my humble beginnings in marching band.
So lit!
So,
the marching
playing rudiments, combination of that.
You're a marching band kid too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a percussionist in marching band also.
What did you?
What didn't they have me playing, Dan? Marimba, vibraphone, like drum sets sometimes,
so
all of that.
That's how I knew all those instruments existed. I never really thought much about mallet percussion before. It's just my other love, the vibraphone that your camera's resting on.
It's beautiful.
But classic rock.
Like Zeppelin?
Yeah, all that
Okay.
stuff. Believe it or not, there was some hair metal there.
Just
Given the time, Winger was actually an influential one because the drummer for that band played a lot of fusion and different stuff, and he dabbled in all styles. So he was local. His method was very accessible, and he demonstrated how so many styles are similar. Like with the same technique, you could execute a lot. So then it was the ear. It's really how you train your ear, and basically, I didn't play a lick of punk or reggae before joining this outfit.
Yo, the first time I played with him, I was like, how much do you know about reggae? He's like, I'm a jazz guy. I was like, all right. I sat down and I was just like, all right, this is one drop, this is steppers, this is rockers, this is dance hall, this is
But
one
that is
variation of dance hall, it's another variation of dance hall. Yo, 15 minutes and he had the whole shit down, and then I just started sending him music and he just had the whole shit down.
Jazz is the technique. When you have jazz technique locked down, you could do everything.
Yeah,
So I like to
Okay.
consider myself a jazz drummer, but not linger on it. There's,
Right.
you know,
Absolutely. I think my dad said something similar. If you go to jazz, it's like the melting pot of all genres. So if you can succeed there, you can succeed anywhere.
yeah. So that's pretty much it.
I love it. Deacon, I see you back there. How did you grow up with music? What's your journey? What were you listening to?
I listened to everything. I started on guitar in high school, so it was kind of late. But I fell into rock and just haven't looked back.
That's badass.
Yeah, but I love playing everything. Punk, metal,
Oh, snap.
yeah,
That's really versatile. That's
Yeah.
cool.
love it.
Yes. Are you Rio?
I mean, I grew up playing instruments because my pops was a musician. So my first instrument was actually congas when I was like, however old you are at this height.
Clutch.
I used to do a lot of like live hip hop stuff. When I was a teenager, I used to especially have like, you know, a lot of live hip hop stuff that I was playing on bass. And then I just got sick of working with other people and stopped playing live instruments and started doing more like sample based production and rhyming and stuff like that. And then, you know, like I said earlier, kid on the way, I can't be just like
Yeah.
having all these goons around talking about drugs and guns and pussy.
Oh, the scene's totally different.
And yeah, exactly. Even though I mean, my goons are a lot of loving and wonderful
We love you, but
individuals, but it's like only so much weed and Hennessy you can have when you got a
Exactly.
newborn in the house.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, wolves don't make good house pets.
So yeah. But also it was more like I just wanted him to see the dynamics of live music. It's a lot more dynamic than
Yeah.
It is.
you know, a lot of like
Like a live
sample based
band.
hip hop and stuff.
And it's no
For
shade to like
sure.
production and stuff like that, but it just has a different feel of live.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I love hip hop, like as far as listening to it and doing it, like it's best to me when it's just a cipher going, and that's where the performance is.
The free.
As far as going out and seeing live music, I'll go out and see rock bands that I'm not even into and really enjoy seeing them play, but never ever listen to them on the radio.
So I did have a question about like 3 of your songs. Father, Forgive Me, Keep Your Distance, and No Surrender seem a little bit more rebellious than the rest of your songs. Do you resonate with that? Is there kind of like a rebel rock energy with those tracks for you?
Father, forgive them. I guess that's it says anti-religion,
Oh, yeah.
but it is. Yeah, I guess it is rebellious.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of my songs will I would say will deal with revolution, really, and rebellion.
That's real shit.
You know, any kind of gun talk will more be like lyrical warfare, like
Exactly.
killing songboy, really, not so much killing people, as so to say. But it's more from my influences. I'll say like Bob Marley, Chuck D, KRS-One. So lyrically, or Malcolm X,
Oh yeah.
being my influences, my lyrics tend to lean that way.
And they all are very rebellious in nature, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But musical at the same time.
Right.
That's cool. Also very New York. Is that intentional to sound like that, or is that just because you're all from here?
I mean,
Because as a DC person, like I hear New York when I hear Dubcorps, but like I don't think you guys do it by intent. I think that's just kind of how it flows out.
Yeah, I don't even know what New York sounds like.
Yeah, how do you,
Gritty.
Yeah.
It sounds gritty. It sounds energetic. It sounds multicultural. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't have two members from the same place. Like,
Yeah.
I'm Puerto
That's New
Rican,
York, you know what I mean?
Dan's Jewish, Judah's Trinidadian,
Yeah.
You're still trying to figure what I
Deacon's
am.
He's still.
Deacon's actually Korean.
Figure it out.
That is a secret that we tried to keep under lock and key. The locks is part of the hat. Nehal is at home. He's Indian, but out in the street he's actually Guyanese.
Okay.
No, he's not Guyanese.
He's not Guyanese.
He wishes he was Guyanese. He doesn't. But yeah, no two of us are really from the same place. But
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely like some. I was
I guess
born and
New York
raised.
is a
I'm
melting pot,
Yeah, I'm
so
third generation New Yorker. Like grandma.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, New York, I guess, is a melting pot. So I guess one of the few places that so many people from so many different places could actually just coexist without any issues.
Yeah, groove.
Even
Like
if-
jam together.
even
Yeah,
if you
jam,
didn't
like,
necessarily listen to a genre, there's no ignoring it when it's all around you.
Right.
Just growing up in the 80s, so close to the city, there was just, you heard a lot of hip hop.
So much.
Like it was there.
Yeah, the golden age of hip hop, and like the city is a soundscape. You know, I think that's where the word came from. It's like people just kind of moving through the city and listening to the different sounds. Like just like going to one borough to the next, I hear like at least 5 different genres. That shit is dope.
Facts.
Yeah.
We all know how we gon' make some thoughts in blue car. We rise up our house, then and turn off. But this year was now for Black Caesar. Hey, la 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 la. Caesar, because the average people sitting off the set, one seat to one throw. Never said, oh, military. Black Caesar, we were the pirates. No, and now we're up. Now we're a shitty and a house. But anyone was testing on the dead, but you said it to the
How is recording for y'all? What's the process? Take me through it.
Usually I get to record a micro, right?
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
that's what we do.
Deacon engineers everything.
Deacon is like the main engineer. Quiet in the back there. He does a lot.
Yeah, he does. Like he's sitting in the back
video
'cause he's being
production.
shy.
And he does a lot.
But he does a lot of stuff, and he sings like an angel.
Yes, he
I
does.
know that's right.
And yeah, they got the singing voices. So Deacon does a lot of production, and we record most of the stuff at my house. Hold on.
Yeah.
Basement
Please.
studio.
Yeah, my basement studio, basically.
What's the personal mind state for like making songs? Any tips for artist block or anything? Anyone going through that?
I mean, like writer's block.
Artist block is just in general. The idea of like not quite coming out, but then getting past that and actually.
Have we ever experienced that? Have we ever had a
I don't know.
single session
No, not
that we didn't at least come up
necessarily.
with one new thing?
The worst thing that we've done was just not record certain things.
Yeah.
It's not, you know,
Okay.
just have a lot of
like at
reach,
least like a
but
phone
the stuff
recording, so
come
we
out.
could be like, yo, you remember that thing we played?
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
But I don't remember shit, so I'd be like, y'all recorded it? No.
Yeah, we've gotten better.
Damn it!
We've gotten better at remembering, like, charge your phone and free up some space.
So yeah, we do that now.
'Cause, yeah, but we
do
definitely,
that
like,
now.
every single time we meet up, we
do
at
come
least
up, yeah. That's
really
the
write a
nice.
skeleton of something new.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever hung out without having at least one new idea that we try to work on.
Alright.
right.
And sometimes Dan will actually write it, and it's weird because he's a drummer, right? But he actually writes, like, there's staves all over this fucking place that he actually writes, like, music notation that none of us can read.
Are you trying to say that
But he-
percussionist? Like I write stuff too.
I can't.
When
That's
you
crazy.
learn
You went to
music
school for
theory
it, right?
in high school, it poisons your mind.
I went to school for it. I can't read.
I just
Dan's like,
studied
don't let the
it,
theory
yeah.
get too deep in your head.
No, I mean in a good way though,
In a good way.
because it helps.
No, totally.
It
Totally.
helps sometimes. But yeah.
Foundational knowledge for the.
It's weird for a drummer to read music. Or just read.
But like, if you play marimba and vibraphone, you need to know the notes.
Yeah,
I can't just
all
wing
that,
it.
all that,
Like, so yeah, back.
musician.
Oh my god,
That's what
the whole real musician thing. Like we could get into it. Lord,
Just give him these sticks and let him brag on something.
Yeah.
so you guys don't have writer's block. You don't really have
Nah,
that.
nah.
I mean, I take my time sometimes to rap it, and then sometimes it comes like that.
Yeah.
But
that's real.
once it's in a group chat, I can hear the music. I'll just, maybe I write something today.
That's amazing.
But I don't really write. I just try to keep in my head, keep I'm lazy, so I keep it in my head.
I love your transparency.
I know people say, yeah, I don't write, I'm like Jay-Z. No, I'm just lazy. People be saying that, yeah, I don't write, I memorize everything. I'm just,
Like, okay.
one reason I memorize it because I'm too lazy to write it down.
So y'all are going to be back on stage soon, but are there any like places you played before that you want to play again? You're hyped about?
Yo, I want to do Main Dragon. That was the one that looked like the Batcave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Main
Batcave
Dragon's
is
fly. Like,
great.
just the inside of that space is
Yeah.
dope. It sounds
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
What is that, downstairs in the basement?
Yeah, that was that
Yeah,
shit
it's a
that we
basement
did.
I do like Bar Frida too. We
Yeah,
do
Bar
a-
Frida's
We do a
nice.
lot of shows there.
Yeah.
And Gold Song, I like Gold Song too. That's because they have a good sound man. So.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of the city soon, though. I
Yeah,
feel like
we gotta come to DC.
Yeah, we gotta
if we
come
could get a
somewhere.
hookup, and if you know anybody in
Reasons I
DC,
brought it up is
if
that I
you know
would love
anybody in
to help
DC,
you
then give
out.
us a hookup. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
We'll
Maybe
take
can
a
you get
road
us
trip.
something on the Grand Lawn?
The law is tough, but I could work my connections.
Yeah. If they do presidential inaugurations there,
I
don't see
mean,
why
a
we
bunch of
can't.
people hang out at the National Mall, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
that's
But we call it the
what-
Grand Lawn too. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it is possible. Just depends on the day.
On inauguration day, just like push whoever's president. Be like, yo, no one cares anymore.
Let's go.
Dubcorps.
Just, yeah.
Guerrilla
Gotcha,
radio.
bro. We
Literally
keep
guerrilla
harassing.
radio vibes. Oh my god, that'd be so lit.
This is what I'm saying.
Come to
you know.
DC, come to Black Hat, come hang out.
Black Hat.
Yeah, the Black
That's
Hat
in
is
DC?
lit. Yes.
Yeah.
You know
I've
that?
heard of that place, yeah.
Yes, that's where we at. Yeah, it's really diverse and that's pretty cool. It has a Batcave
Yeah,
vibe.
you know the spots. We travel.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
They travel.
Yeah, DC's not that far.
Really isn't. I mean, I got here in 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours just to get there, not once, it's another 2 hours.
It's 3.5 hours.
through DC.
Yeah.
Talk about
3.5 hours to get from fucking Rosedale to Webster on the I-95, yo.
Right.
And so y'all deal with DC traffic? Like, oh my
It
god.
took
I think we're-
7 hours for me to get there the last time I drove there. I left I left like New York on a Friday at 11.
Oh,
So,
yeah. You
so-
hit that little stretch with the New Jersey
It just
Turnpike.
hit rush hour everywhere.
Yep.
Like Delaware,
Oh.
like Baltimore.
Said I went on a tour of rush hours.
Like, the art and the vibes are on deck. When's the next show, though? When are we going to see y'all on stage?
May 25th, we doing one of the shows gearing up for Punk Island.
On my birthday, you chose to have a
We
show?
actually did not choose,
Yeah,
but
we did. I know that
As a
was
gift
planned.
to me?
Yeah, that was
something that was handed
That was.
from up on high.
That's dope. Where?
You can thank Leg Drop for that.
Where's it?
Oh, Leg Drop. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a Leg Drop Productions.
Thank you, Leg Drop. Love you,
Yeah.
Nate and Jahel
that's
and
Nate.
Rachel.
That's Nate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowery Electric?
That usually is where
I
they
think
have
so,
their shows.
Yeah.
I think that's the next one we have coming up.
They had the Dark Side of the Moon back in August there too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So how can we find you, future listeners and people like
You
myself?
could follow us on Instagram and give us more followers to make us look cool.
That's right.
Kids, you show
Yeah,
your kids.
you
Look at how many
streaming
followers I have. Our stuff is on
Spotify,
all
yeah,
streaming everything.
streaming
Yeah,
Y'all streaming too? YouTube?
I mean, it's no like record company put stuff out through. Like that's not a thing. You just like, yo, here's a couple dollars to some website. Now put my shit on everything.
Oh yeah,
that
Disco
streams.
Kid. None of this
Yeah,
ends up
exactly.
where you need it to go. Yeah.
Which is cool because I didn't have to have sex with Puffy.
Stop. But
But you did
Somebody
it.
did.
Yeah, but I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to.
Bad Boy has a whole new meaning now. It's honest, man.
We got 2 new tracks coming out.
Yes, that's true. We
Tell
don't
us
have
about
got
the
new
new
music
music.
coming
I
out.
was about to say.
what is it? Mosh Pit Wine
Mosh Pit
And,
Wine.
More
What we got?
Fire.
and More Fire.
More Fire. Joy.
Yeah,
We did
Joy is about
also.
to drop soon.
Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mosh Pit Wine is
Still.
based on a true story.
Those 3 or is it 3 or 4?
There was
songs?
another one too.
There's another one.
We haven't finished that one.
What's it called? Full Clip. Got
Full
recorded
Clip.
and
We
mixed.
did
Yeah,
Full
we
Clip.
just
Yeah, that's
We did that
that's
on Weird
mastered.
Time, we never released it. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We
Then
got
that's
those
4.
4
Yeah.
songs coming out for you. So.
Dang. Singles or?
Yeah, we
Guys,
just been
do
dropping
you?
singles because I don't have, and I'm just speaking for myself, like maybe they have the patience for it, but I don't have the patience to sit there and listen to the same 13 songs in slightly different track listings over and over to figure out how to track list out an album.
I understand.
And I have like a real thing about albums. Like when you look at classic albums like Low End Theory, Midnight Marauders, the Third Eye Vision,
Even
you know,
hieroglyphics.
Enter the Stage.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these classic albums that I listened to as a kid and stuff, once you hear the end of one song in your head, you automatically hear the next track because
Absolutely.
they flow so perfectly. Just like one song with many movements. And I got a lot of respect for people who put thought into their track listing.
Concept albums are
You know
lost
what I
art.
mean?
my
Yeah.
friend.
Just like how does song 1 flow into song 2 and so on and so
We
forth.
actually did that with Castro, the album. It was actually
Yeah.
samples in between it and stuff. Like
But that's such a pain in the ass to be like, well, this song sounds better over here than it does over here.
That is alright.
Which we do that for the live shows though.
Yeah.
Like you've never actually come and seen us live.
I want to.
But we don't take pauses in between the songs. It's 13 songs in 34 minutes, and then we get the fuck out of there because I'm tired.
This band's by far been the one who talks about set lists the most.
Yeah.
Really nailing the order.
I like that
Yeah.
though. I like just getting
Yeah,
the
so it is
synergy
like- it
of
is
the
like a
set,
movement.
right? And that's
Yeah.
really
It
cool.
has to flow.
That's
Yeah,
exactly.
that's- yeah.
Like track flow. Like
There's
you're
no
talking
like space, much space in between
Yeah.
songs.
How you doing tonight? Hey, is everybody good?
Yeah,
Not to be corny, yeah. Let the music do the talking.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
If it was a DJ, it would be a very shitty DJ that doesn't just blend the songs into each other.
Yeah, there has to be a synergy.
Yeah,
like
so
mix
there's a
of it.
synergy to the live shows.
I like that.
But you don't want your album to just be exactly your live show.
It never will
No,
be.
live
You know what I
show's
mean?
different.
So
Yeah, it never
yeah.
will be.
So we actually going to be recording a bunch of stuff that we have no intention of ever performing live, and we have some stuff that we will perform live that we have no intention of recording.
Cool.
So if you want to hear the full catalog, you kind of have to be a super fan and get the tattoo and wear the Dubcorps brand collar.
Never. Hey, the Ragga-Roll fam, thanks for sharing in this time in this interview. Take care of yourself.
Thanks
See you at
for
the next
Thanks
show.
for having us.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right.